So I've created a new project, which is just going to be general games. And I can double click on the day. I'm going to assign this task to myself. And this task is going to be for game I'm working on, Happy Planets. And if I can assign multiple people to this, but I'm the primary on here. It is in the project games, which is nice. And if I assign this task to somebody else, but I want to keep track of them, then I can follow the project down here, and I can set up a little alert for tracking the progress. I can like it, kind of a high five. This is a card game. I can add tags, so I can say card game, and I can say work in progress. And that way I can favorite those tags over here where this list is, and I can find them very easily if I want to search through all of my card games versus like the video games I work on. If I want to search what's completed, what's shipped, what's still in progress, what is just in the early prototype stages. I can attach files like so. And that'll attach here. So if I'm working with like an artist or a layout person, or just even wanting feedback, they can be like, oh, okay, that looks like some art. And I can attach that to this task. I can delete a task. I can make subtasks. This is one of my favorite things about this. Like, it's just so good. So I've learned that if you do a subtask, you're going to want a little prefix there. Copy. So one subtask might be to make a prototype. I'm bad at typing while talking. Okay, so you got your prototype. You want your rule book. And you're going to want some art. And you're going to want some play testing. And then, you might be planning some crowdfunding. Fun. Okay, specifically, we're going to go with Kickstarter because let's be realistic. If we crowdfund this, that's where it's going. All right, so I can assign all of these to me. Or I could assign them to somebody else if I was working with somebody else on this project. But in this case, oh, that's not. I assigned a non-task to myself. Oh well, you just hit the backspace key and you can delete that task or press enter and start a new one. And then I am going to say, yeah, sure, the prototype can be today. The rule book, let's say, is going to be Friday. The art I need for the rule book is going to be due on Thursday because I need that before I make the rule book. Playtesting is going to be at my friendly local game store on Sunday. I really should swing by Madness on Sunday. Ooh, that would be fun. A little treat to myself. All right, so, and then the Kickstarter. Okay, guys, this is not really when the Kickstarter is. So we're going to put it at April 1st and hope you guys realize that this is just an example. Please plan a Kickstarter more than a couple of months out. Like, this is even like this is 5 weeks and this is not enough time to plan out a Kickstarter. I'm just showing you how this kind of works. So we've got all this and we've got our list. Now the problem is that when you create those subtasks, one of the few things that I would change about this, if I could, is that any tasks go ahead and just automatically appropriate their parent project, but that's not how this works. So that's why we add this little prefix. So HP, for Happy Planets, and then I can just go through, I can select all those, and I can say, you belong to project games, and you are all work in projects or work in progress, And you are all for a card game. Now, if I want to say this playtesting over here, I can add playtesting. And for art, I can add that we're going to pretend that maybe I get that outsourced, right? So that's going to go under the outsourced tag. And maybe the rule book is I'm having an editor, like outsourcing that to an editor. So it's outsourced. And there's my tag that I could make a new tag, or I could go with my old one. And also editor. So in this case, I would probably invite the editor onto the team, and that way they could get a hold of this rulebook and edit it and then attach it and just make everybody happy. And when is this going to be done? And then they'll get this little message or this looks awesome, great work. And they can even like heart that individually if they like it. And now we'll go over to the calendar and see, they will populate in. So I've got Happy Planets, and Happy Planets release date is probably not going to be until after it's Kickstarter. So if it's Kickstarter runs for about 30 days, so that would end here. So let's just say I can magically get it out a week after the Kickstarter ends. So that's Happy Planet's release day. And the Kickstarter's on April 1st. No, it's not. So I'm going to get the art, and I've put the prototype before the art, but not far enough ahead of the art. So maybe your artist is sick and suddenly you need to move this task over here, and that also means that you need to remove the rulebook. And look, I can just drag and drop these. Isn't that wonderful? So I can actually put stuff on the weekends, like see playtesting is over here, but I prefer to just have a 5-day view so I don't schedule up my weekends and therefore overschedule myself. I like some time for myself, but I want to go playtest. And I can even set this up to repeat every week on Sundays. Okay. I can do it every 2 weeks, just kind of whatever time span I want. And then that will actually populate. It will only show you the latest one. So it won't like spam all of your Sundays. I wish I could toggle that on and off, because then I would know that my Sundays are blocked off. But at the same time, it makes this all clean and not stressful to just be able to focus on, I have a playtest here, and that's all I have to really worry about until the next Sunday. After you playtest, you go and remember, this is a subtask. But maybe you need to have some revisions. So you can subtask a subtask. Imagine that. I can go and do this up. Oop. Like that. And I can assign it to me, to me, to me, to me. And I want to set these up after my playtest. So every Monday, I'm going to have a rule revision party. And just, you know, a little powwow about what we learned from the playtesting. Now, I can also see progress on the project. So I can see a burn down chart as we go through these. So maybe I've got the prototype done, I did the play testing, and the artist was able to get art done early. And so that pops up the next play testing, see? So we got rule books, and we got more play testing. Success unicorn! There's so I can go to all of the files that I attached. So if you're like looking for all the different rulebook revisions and you don't want to browse through the calendar, you can just find them there. And you can kind of see the burn down that's going on. And you could set up a little reminder and all of that. You can see all of the conversations that are going on if you just want to have a general chat area that's not dedicated to one task or the other. And you can see incomplete tasks, completed tasks. You can sort them. And it'll kind of prioritize them too if you go into my tasks. I can't really show you this because I have all this stuff set up, and some of it just can't show you yet. Just hold your horses and it'll be a surprise for everyone. All right, so I got my calendar with my tasks. Now you may be saying, well, that's pretty good. I like that. Well, just wait. So, Happy Planets. Make a copy. I do not promise to spell this correctly. That's what autocorrect is for. So, if you have other games you are also working on or other projects, create new task. I've just copied everything. Okay, go away, Happy Planets. We are not concerned with you. We are now concerned with absolutely nothing, which is another card game I'm working on. So, of course, we would move this because who would want to have Kickstarters on the same day? But it just kind of auto-populates everything. Now, when I say it auto-populates everything, I mean everything. So, you are going to want to go and reset these so that you can tell them apart. And this is another reason we do this little prefix here, because now we can see that here we are running an Absolutely Nothing Kickstarter as well as a Happy Planet Kickstarter on the same day. That's no good. And while it will list the parent task down here, you know, if you just have Kickstarter and Kickstarter, that can get confusing. And it'll set up your playtesting schedule, but maybe you want to go and playtest these. No, not daily, weekly. I'll playtest these on Saturday instead of Sunday, just so that you don't get them confused. And so it'll just populate everything. I might have to refresh it to get them to pop over here. They have been, I gotta say, this is probably pretty new, I would assume, because like I've been using it since the start of the year, and already a lot of the stability and a lot of the auto refreshing and updating has improved. So they are just constantly working on and polishing this, which is just kind of fantastic. So anyways, you can see I can very quickly fill up my content schedule, and I can do my different like Kickstarters, and I can plan my updates, and I can plan milestones, and I can also schedule out reviewers that I'm getting to play my game, and events I'm setting up, and conferences I'm showing it at. And it's a fantastic little tool, because my old method was getting a really big desk calendar and some sticky notes so I could move things around as they refreshed or recycled or changed. And now I can just do it here, and I can share it with teammates and contractors and anybody else I want to work with, and they can keep track of what's going on. And I've just found it to be a fantastic little tool. Like I said, Asana is free up to a team of 15 in limited form, so you can't really have more than 3 projects going on. But since you have all of these tabs over here, the tags, that honestly, I'm finding that sufficient right now. And I probably could do this with one project if I really had to. And you can also set up a personal board, but it doesn't show up here, and it won't let you see your personal calendar combined with your project calendars, because that would be a free fourth board, and they're pretty smart. But if I was to hit this button, you'd be able to see basically my month at a glance for all of the projects combined. So you'd be able to see all of the Geek Bold videos, all the freelancing projects I'm working on, as well as all the games, to make sure that you're not like overstacked, which is why I can't hit that little button for you. Sorry. Go try it out, and hopefully you'll see that it's something that can organize your projects and make your game dev much clearer and a little bit less of a hassle. And hey, that's always help. It's kind of like having your own personal assistant take care of a lot of these little loose ends for you. That's it for today, GBs. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you showing up and getting your geek on. If you've tried Asana and learned any other little tips or tricks I missed in the video, please let me know in the comments below, as well as your favorite productivity tools that help smooth out your game dev. If you found the video useful, be sure to like and subscribe, and why not share it with somebody else? You don't want to miss an episode as we dive deeper into tools and tips and tactics that'll help make crowdfunding and just game dev in general easier. Speaking of which, you can grab the viral crowdfunding guide following the link below. It'll be on the website, and you can get that totally for free. Be sure to catch the next video as I go through my 5 favorite apps, crowdfunding must-haves. They help preserve your sanity through the campaign, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. I will see you in the next video. Let's make games.